now we come to the exciting bit, the bit where I'm hanging out for. If it's not what I think it is, well, I paid a bit too much. Yes, well, this sucker is heavy, which is cool because that means it's got a lot of cool stuff in it. Now in this box is a tool which, well, I'm hoping it's what I think it is. If it's what I think it is, it's an incredibly rare tool. I have heard of two others. One is in the collection of the Japanese carpenter that started teaching me about Japanese tools, and the other is in his master's collection. And up until this one, they were the only two I knew about. And I'd looked and looked and looked and looked, and basically I'd been told they didn't exist except by this one Japanese carpenter. He said, yes, they do exist. Here, I have one, but they're almost unheard of. I think I've got one in this box. That looks all very neat. Something nice and simple, some friction fit handles. I've got a bunch of smaller ones of these, but these are good larger ones, so yeah, that's great to have them. Oh baby. Another curve crank gouge. So here we got a Kana, adjustable throat. I think this is the blade for it. Beautiful. Now unfortunately, when I came to put the video together, a whole stack of the footage from the GoPro was corrupted. So all the original unwrapping and my excitement as I was opening these tools and seeing them for the first time, what you're about to see is all acting. Got some beautiful, serious, no nonsense, well, there's a little bit of nonsense here, a little bit of decoration, Western style blades made in Japan. This construction is laminated steel with stainless steel on the outside, and then if you look in you see that black line down the back there? That's the carbon steel core. And this one, it's got this pretty little decorative, that's gorgeous, but that's actually quite sharp. And yeah, that's not bad. Yeah, that's quite blunt. But this discoloration is the carbon steel. It's very prone to, you know, basically going black. But it's a lovely little wiggle line there where the lamination's coming through. I think this one is the only one that is a pure carbon steel blade. Yeah, it is. And you can see there how the tang has rusted and it's swelled and it's forcing the handle apart. So that's a very good knife. Needs a massive recondition. That blade profile needs to be reground to even it up. And the handle's still, it's not coming off. The rivets are holding. But yeah, it's seen better days. But some very good knives there. Oh, well, I've been hanging out for this sucker. This is a 10 kilo stonemason's hammer. It is monstrous. I do a bit of prospecting, and I've got a YouTube channel though where I do a lot of my prospecting, Mad Scientist Prospecting, and I want to build a stamp mill. So I've been looking for big hammers that I can incorporate in the stamp mill, and this is going to be one of the hammers on my stamp mill. And it's also going to be detachable so that I can use it for one of my swinging hammers when I'm out trying to break up rocks to bring them home. So yeah, that. Unfortunately, someone's painted it, and I think they've painted it to try and make it, you know, sell for more, which didn't work because I think I paid about 12 bucks for this. I think it was 1,000 yen. But shipping, I think shipping was around 100 bucks. Now we come to the exciting bit, the bit where I'm hanging out to see, you know, to see just how rare and special this item is. Now, if it's what I think it is, I paid a fair bit for it, but it was still an absolute bargain. If it's not what I think it is, well, I paid a bit too much. Now, based on the shape, you may have guessed that it's an axe head. It's not a particularly big axe head as far as Japanese heads go. It is a large axe head. It's a Masakari. It's a big, it's a big one, but it's not huge. But the size isn't what's special about it. By Jove, it is what I thought it was. I'm pretty sure. It is too. Damn. Oh. So at first blush, it might not look in very good condition. But it's not the condition that makes me so excited. Nor is it, as I said, the size. There are some possible weaknesses here. Little, maybe telltale fractures. We'll see what happens when we get the rust off it. It is going to be quite badly pitted under all this, and normally with the Japanese axe that is no big deal, but, and this is the thing that makes this such a rare item, is if you can see, it's a single beveled axe, and in Japan they are incredibly rare, absolutely incredibly rare. Their axes are, as a rule, all double beveled, and that makes them, even the really rusty ones, easy to restore. To turn this back into a user, all the pits in here are going to have to be ground out. That means this entire surface, possibly stretching up into the bear claw marks up here, is going to need to be flattened. Now, for many people, it might just look like a rusty axe, but like I said, these are incredibly rare. I'm very privileged to have this because it's such a rare item. And this puts me in a bit of a bind because this is such a rare tool. Should I restore it? You know, is it because it is so rare? Should I, rather than restoring it to use, should I preserve it? Especially because the restoration of an iron tool to use is a more or less destructive process. Particularly in this case, it's a single bevel tool, and I'm sure you guys know if you're going to restore a chisel or a plain blade and it's got a even moderate amount of pitting in it, you have to take an awful lot of metal off the flat surface to get rid of those pits, so you then have a serviceable, sharpenable blade, an edge. So with a single bevel axe, that's a lot of metal that I'm potentially going to have to take off the back of this thing. You know, should I do that with such a rare tool? Many of the tools I get are extraordinarily good quality, but not many of them are extraordinarily rare, and not that they're all significant, that they would warrant being museum quality. In fact, I really only remember one other tool where it was a clear example that it was museum quality, and that was a European axe, Austrian axe called a Corinthian finishing axe. It was definitely museum quality, and that actually is now in an axe museum in Queensland. But should I restore this, or should I leave it as it is? I really don't know. So, what do you reckon? Yeah, anyway, coming up on this channel, we're going to be getting back into the workshop this weekend. I have some people coming up to help me harvest reed for the roof, for the thatch roof for my workshop. That's proceeding apace. On the Saturday, we're going to be cutting and harvesting reed, and on the Sunday, we're going to be laying a bunch of the rush that I've already harvested onto the roof. Stay tuned for those videos. Stay tuned for the latest unboxing. And by Sunday, I'll have a bunch of this stuff up on eBay. So I hope you enjoyed, and I'll catch you on. And I really look forward to the discussion about whether I should restore this axe or not.